At least now I have a general idea on what I'm supposed to do in here. Okay.
Yep. Okay, what's something else that you like? Because, like, everything we've been talking about, you're like, oh, I don't like that, oh, I don't like that either.
Well, it's not that it's not so much that I don't like it, I just feel things
You said you didn't like it.
Well, I didn't like how they handled it, there's a difference. Like I don't like...
One, you can't talk about that either.
What?
You can't, how can you talk about how they handle something when you haven't seen it?
Well, I'm going by... I'm just going to...
You can't go by what other people say on that.
I don't know. I really hate it when people say that.
There's certain things you can only go by when people tell you.
I don't know. I think that's coming off a little petty, but...
No, it's true. It's like me talking about game mechanics in a video game I haven't played.
Well, anyways, do you want to do stuff I like?
Yes.
Well, and this is something that a lot of people probably won't agree on, but... who plays Ultron in this? Do you remember?
No, what's his name? It's the same James Spader?
James Spader.
The same one who does, Jarvis's voice.
Okay.
No, go down.
Oh, I have to go down.
I don't remember if there's an alternative path that way or not, so maybe you can check, I don't know.
But a lot of people really don't like the fact that he's a lot more jokier and comedic, but I kind of like it. I mean, I probably prefer the EMH version of Ultron, but I'm not objected to them taking more of a comedic approach with Ultron because, to be fair, Ultron was kind of a stock villain. Even in EMH, where he was pretty much like, Skynet. He was basically just all out destroy humans to make the world a better place because humans are bad and they corrupt everything. At least with the, new version of Ultron, they actually gave him a little bit more of a personality.
Because he gave him a ton of personality. I loved him in the movie.
Even though they claim that he's basically just Tony Stark gone wrong, but
it's kind of like that, but not exactly. Like, to me, he speaks a lot more eloquently than Tony does.
And I don't really mind that.
I think he seems a lot more elegant. Not that Tony isn't really elegant, but he's... If you think of adjectives to describe him, elegant wouldn't be one, would they?
Nah.
You really need to have many Phoenix Downs.
They do it automatically.
I know, but you're keeping them there.
Well, I know it's nothing to replace them at first. Oh, Griffin! Want to kill the Griffin?
Oh man, those are a pain in the ass to kill.
They drop Griffin wings, and those are awesome.
They take so many hits. I always kill everything I come across too, but still. I don't like killing them.
I know they're weak to a type of magic. I just gotta remember.
Was it gravity? They're weak to something. No, it's not gravity because he's not found.
That's what the elements he's weak to.
I remember.
Thunder, I think. There we go. Yeah, they sometimes drop Griffin wings, which is very useful.
Okay, that didn't take that long. Maybe I should use magic. Or he's like low level, and I remember the later levels, I don't know.
Well done. That's not heavy enough.
That's also not where that goes. Just run over there and get it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going first. Mog, I don't need you right now.
Oh!
Ah!
You could just leave it there.
Oh, true. I forget I don't have to take it with me when it's off the thing.
Yeah, really. It's way more difficult for yourself. Yeah, you have more keys than you need right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm probably gonna need two of them to finish the area. But anyways, I like Ultron. I like the fact that this movie spends a bit more time on actually developing them as a family, which is something that I was really afraid that they weren't really gonna think about, because both the comics and the cartoon were really bringing up the fact that yeah, they're teaming up to defeat evil, but But it's more than that. Like, they have come together, they're one unit, they have to learn how to relate to each other. They have to learn to be a family if they want to keep this up. And I was afraid that they were just going to treat it like a yearly, bi-yearly action flick. And I'm glad that it's kind of evolved past that. Like, it's
Well, yeah, I expect that. It's good writing, so.
And,
of course, they're still at odds with each other, because that's always the objective in every Avengers movie, isn't it?
And the comment that people give that Ultron is basically acting less like an Avengers villain and more like a Buffy villain. And to that I say, I freaking love Buffy. I'm all for this. I mean, come on.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean they want that kind of villain and that kind of story. It might not fit. I don't know enough about Buffy to say.
Oh, you haven't seen Buffy?
No.
You are not a true Whedonite. You should watch it right now.
I never claimed to be a Whedonite.
I love that joke that like Mikari did with being.
What are you doing?
Oh, that's true. See, I'm multitasking. I can't think. That's part of the problem too. Is I'm really multitasking here, and yeah.
Oh man.
I suck at this place anyway, but I'd probably be doing a little better.
Well, this place isn't that hard.
Well, I'm not saying it is.
You could leave it. You could leave it.
I'm leaving it. Remember, you're behind me. Okay.
I always forgot.
But anyways, I like that, and I like the fact that let's see. I'm trying to. There are a couple of things.
Wait, don't go through that door.
I know, it's probably the boss.
Yeah, that's end boss.
Okay.
Well, not end boss, but boss.
No, if it was end boss, I'd probably die in one hit.
Yeah, you would. I've seen lots of people, even at really high levels, die from a couple of hits from that guy.
There's that I like. A lot of people are upset about the fact that they cut off Quicksilver, and I'm like, well, we were kind of leading up to that, even in the X-Men movies, because he just.
Well, for one, that's a different Quicksilver.
I know it's a different Quicksilver, but they were kind of leading up to it even there, so.
That's if you've seen the movies.
Yeah, well, I haven't.
Which I haven't. I had
actually
any interest in X-Men.
Actually, I haven't seen them, but I'm going by reviews of what I've watched.
I'm sure you are.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to watch every movie that they make.
Well, I never said you had to, but there's only, like I said, there's only so much you can take from reviews too. There's also forming your own opinion. Which is why I always avoid reviews before I see movies.
I don't, just because.
Well, unless it's a bad one. Like, I saw the one for the midnight screening for Jupiter Ascending because I heard that was a bad movie. Like, I don't care if you spoil the crap out of that.
I probably would have seen Avengers: Age of Ultron regardless, but I couldn't help it. Like, I wasn't gonna see it for a while, and I had to know about the movie because of the suspense. So that's.
I guess I can't.
Ring of Blizzard, yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yes. Can I use it now, or do I have to wait till the
No,
end?
you can't use it now. You only can use it if you choose it.
Okay,
No way. Go in your items. Maybe you can use it. I think you only can use it if you choose it.
Okay, then I'm definitely choosing that, because that's awesome. Do you know where the Moogle House is, or am I gonna have to come back to that?
Let's see. I do know where it is. I'm trying to remember. Is it here? I know where it is. I'm just trying to remember. I don't really come here that often in my playthroughs.
Well,
I don't think it's that bad, but I also don't.
Well,
it's not terribly interesting.
Well,
the enemies aren't particularly hard or anything, so.
If you can, then don't worry. I can just map it later. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I think it might have been up there, but.
But I like the fact that they were actually being very mature with Quicksilver, because I was half expecting Quicksilver to just be the annoying comic relief, because it would have been so easy for them to do that with Quicksilver, because that's kind of what Quicksilver was like an X-Men, supposedly. He was like comic relief. And Scarlet Witch. Oh my god, Scarlet Witch got a way more.
Go to the right. Go to the right. I think it's to the right. No, go up. No, go up just where you were.
Oh, up where I was. Okay. Scarlet Witch got way more development than I would have ever expected her to get in this movie.
Go up and then to the right, to that wall.
Okay.
No, where are you going? I said to the right.
Well, you said up and to the right, so I thought you meant I had to go around.
No, I said up to the right, to the wall. I think it's that wall up there. No, that one up there. Where are you going? You went down.
Oh, you're wanting me to go up against a wall here.
I told you to go to the wall. I think it's over there. Is it over there? I think so. No, it's against the wall. No, it's not over there. No, it's not over there. You would have seen it. You would have seen it by now.
Well, if I know I know if it's up against.
Maybe it's up there. I can't remember. I don't want to waste the viewer's time.
Well, I don't really mind as long as we have entertaining conversations. It shouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, let's talk about those two. I wish they'd done more with them.
More? From what I hear,
they didn't do much.
Okay.
I don't know what the reviews are saying, but they didn't really do much with them. Like, I liked both of them, but Quicksilver didn't really get that many lines. Like, at all, I had no idea what he was thinking.
Quicksilver got some towards the end, but I think
I've seen the movie.
Yeah,
like I said, he got a couple lines, but I had no idea what he was thinking. I don't know what his personality is, other than he reminded me of Sonic the Hedgehog in a good way. Like, his personality was just, like, restless, and he wanted to get shit done. Because there's one point where he's there with everyone else when they're arguing about what to do with one of the Infinity Gems, when Tony wanted to put it, I think he wanted to put it in the new robot. And Quicksilver, they were all arguing about it, and Quicksilver just ran over, unplugged it, and he's like, there. So I thought that was funny, but other than that,
Okay, you've seen the movie, and I've heard that they have kind of issues with Tony Stark, because apparently because he did something to them, like, in the past, and they want revenge for it. I don't know what that was.
I kind of caught a little bit of that. Like, I think it was his company or something that murdered his family, or they had his weapons or something. Like, their family was killed, and then they went and hid under the bed, and then they came out and it said, like, Stark Industries on the wall or something like that. So they wanted revenge on him, which, honestly, I think is kind of weak. Because we've done Tony Stark has done bad to somebody, okay. Or maybe I think I'm kind of a corp. Same thing happened there, too, really.
Yeah, and,
Like, they did it, I don't know, it felt slightly different in those instances.
That might be them trying to hand-wave why Tony Stark didn't aid the X-Men with the Sentinels, because that's something that's always brought up, because they're like, Tony's against the government, like, trying to attack people. Why didn't he stop the Sentinels? And people are like, that's a good question. Why didn't he help stop the Sentinels? And I think
the Sentinel?
Yeah, because the Sentinels were created by the government to kill all mutants. They were pretty much making a war against mutants, saying that they have to be...
Is this in the X-Men movies?
Yeah, it's in the X-Men.
Okay, that doesn't count then. Different universe.
Oh, it's in a different universe?
Yeah, the X-Men movies are not in any way associated with the Marvel movies because... Well, they're both Marvel, but I mean the Avengers movies because of some copyright thing. That's why they had... The only way to get Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in there was to have different actors play them and have them have a different backstory entirely. Because they're basically mutants because Hydra experimented on them.
Oh, I see, okay.
So yeah, that's why he didn't help. He didn't exist.
Okay, that I liked. And then we get to the end where this is something I've heard everyone complain about. How dare you do this at the end of this movie? How dare you break up the team and bring these new guys in? And I'm like...
You really think they'd stick together forever?
I love this idea. What are you talking about? Like, we're bringing War Machine. We're gonna bring in Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Like, we're bringing War Machine, we're gonna bring in
I don't want them to
Spider-Man.
be like, are they literally gonna be the new Avengers? Because I don't like that at all.
I don't think we're gonna get rid of all the members, because no Captain America is still gonna be the leader, and I think Tony Stark will come back at some point, because he's gonna be in Infinity War. But I just like the fact that, because it's like, because I like it, because I know I have a history with when they try to keep things too samey, like when they try to keep everything the same.
Yes, I agree, but I think you know my hatred of... Here's these characters you've grown to know and love throughout the series / movies. Here's these other people. Go love them instead.
But the characters we're getting are gonna have very slowly developed through the other movies. And
okay, for one, let's talk about the little bit of the elephant in the room about who is actually in that team.
Okay.
We had Falcon in there, which I like Falcon.
Falcon.
I want him to stick around. I want to see more of him. Scarlet Witch, who she got some moments. Like, she was okay, but I didn't think she was, like, amazing or anything.
You're right.
I thought she was kind of an idiot. Like, I guess she has a very tragic backstory and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't call her an idiot. She's more of a doofus, but, you know, it's... I mean...
There's a difference. Well, because when she finally found out, like, she touched, like, the robot or whatever that Ultron was trying to build to put his new body, his conscious into, and she saw, like, the destruction of the world, and she's like, oh, you're going to kill people! I'm like, really? Really? You didn't get this before? Really?
I don't even know if doofus...
Like, really?
I don't know if doofus is the right term. I think she's just extremely naive and extremely... Oh my gosh!
Yeah, she was. But other than that, she didn't have that much of a personality. I just thought there was a lot of untapped potential with the twins there.
If she's gonna...
I thought their backstory was... Because I thought the reason for their mutant powers was actually pretty interesting.
If we were really gonna have her as an Avenger, we need to see her in, like, other movies and have her being developed. Because right now...
Yeah.
Right now it's...
To be fair, it's when she was kind of led astray because of her tragic past and stuff. Okay, let's talk about the other people.
War Machine! Yay!
I'm leaving the big one for last.
The
other
big
one? I can't remember.
The big one?
No, we're leaving him for last. There was another one before him.
Before him, well, I know about...
Yeah, there's 4 of them, so there's one I'm missing.
Well, I know Spider-Man has been announced yet. I'm going to assume...
Well, yeah, he wasn't in the thing. What is it?
Let's see, there's Falcon, there's War Machine, there's... What?
Yeah, War Machine, that's the one I was missing. Okay, let's talk about that last one. Let's talk about the big elephant in the room. The big alien man in the room.
Vision!
I had no idea who he was.
Vision! Awesome. Okay.
I had no idea who he was.
Okay.
I came on screen, I'm like, are you bad? Are you good? Who are you? He was like about to say his name because he's like, I am. I'm like, what's your name? I don't know who you are.
I don't know about the new continuity, like how Vision came to be in the movies, because like...
I can tell you.
Well, here's how he originally was. This android was built by the villainous Ultron to be the pinnacle of human evolution, but Ultron built him too well, and he learned to develop a conscience and found himself incapable of killing, and he has to learn to join the Avengers and to betray his demented father to become a parahuman being.
That's similar, but with a very distinct difference.
Okay, what is that?
Remember that machine I was talking? Remember that machine that second machine, Hawk and Banner and Tony were working on?
Yes.
That's him.
Okay,
that's Vision.
So just like Tony creates...
Actually, what happened was they were both arguing, and they're all arguing about what to do with him. Quicksilver pulled the plug, and then Thor, who, like, left to go take care of a vision he got from Scarlet Witch, came back with his hammer and just gave him a big bolt of lightning, and then boom, he existed. After that, he just kind of poofed into being.
Okay.
And everyone was just kind of looking at him like, do we attack him? Do we attack him?
Okay, I'm just going to say this, because this is yet another thing I hear a lot of people complain about, and I really don't feel like it's justified. Tony did not build Ultron. That was Hank Pym. And I'm like,
yeah, they changed that, which honestly, I don't entirely see I don't see the
I don't mind that.
the wrong in changing it, because I don't know if the original backstory, like, that had any significance to what Ultron became. For this one, I thought they made it significant because it's kind of showing more about his kind of downfall into what will become Civil War.
Actually,
I'm not spoiling that, but
I'm going to talk about that in a second because I have a few opinions on
I have quite a few opinions.
but anyways, the only real significance
it doesn't bother me because it adds more to his character, and from what I hear about Ultron's backstory in the beginning, like in the comics, it didn't seem like it mattered really who created him. Like the fact he was created by Ant-Man didn't necessarily have a significance in anything.
A lot of people really wouldn't think so until you consider who Ant-Man was, because Ant-Man did not believe in violence. He was totally against violence. And during an invasion by Kang, he had to program violence into his creation, which bothered him a lot because he was going against his beliefs. And if you're wondering why Ultron decided to hate all humanity, it's because Hank Pym was programmed into Ultron. And Ultron, thanks to Hank Pym's programming, was starting to see violence as a bad thing. And humanity's history was all about violence. So that's why he decided...
Apparently he only saw those clips.
And they did something similar with the movie too, where like you see... Like he goes batshit insane, like almost instantly, and people...
No, not instantly.
Well, they say it doesn't last long. Like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes after he's like turned on, and he's already about to go.
It wasn't really instantly. It was just he was created, and he was like, "Who am I?" And Jarvis is trying to explain who he is, and he was like looking up all the Avengers. He was seeing like all these war things and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm meant to protect peace, but these people are hurting people. Therefore, I should eliminate them, because the only true way to have peace is destroy everyone."
And I love how there's like this one scene where like the Iron Legion is like trying to get people to safety and whatnot, and you have this old lady just throw acid in this robot's face, and I'm just like, I was like, what is with old ladies in the Marvel Universe? They're just psychotic and just want to like throw things at people, like you see them packing heat when people are trying to calm them down. I'm like old people in the Marvel Universe are scary, man. and I love how...
Okay, I admit it might be a little cool if they did have Ant-Man actually create Ultron. Like, the Ant-Man movie is coming. Like, right before the Avengers movie started, they were showing Ant-Man because, of course, they would.
Yeah, the Ant-Man trailer.
And it looked like a good trailer. I only caught the end of it because we came in a little... We didn't see all the previews, but really... That doesn't matter entirely that much.
The trailer's pretty...
The movie, that's important, but... They could have waited to have Ultron come in and have Ant-Man make him, but on the other hand, we've had more interactions with seeing Tony Stark, so I think it might have mattered more to the audience to have him build Ultron.
It didn't really bother.
So I don't mind the changes that they made. Now, honestly, I've heard other people who are comic fans say they didn't mind that either.
Yeah, because you don't lose much. It's just one of those things where, oh, well, if they're not following the continuity, then they're wrong. So it's just
how dare they not follow the exact continuity of our comics?
And
like, I'm sorry, when you go to a different medium, things are gonna change. I know you don't always like that, but it's going to happen. As long as they don't hurt the integrity of the character and maybe add something more to it, which I think this does. They didn't just decide to do this because, well, Ant-Man, we don't care.
And the only scene I really miss is the scene where, after the fact, you see Hank Pym just with the most solemn look on his face because Ultron's been dismantled and, like, because of what he did, and Hank Pym feels responsible, and he said, and you just see him hang up his mask, and he just said, "I'm leaving," and the Wasp is just like, "You can't leave. You're an Avenger." He said, "I almost destroyed the world, Chan." and then she just has like this sad look on his face, and you just see him walking out. And then they have this sad music playing in the background, and I'm just like, dude, this is pretty heart-wrenching, man. Like, his heart is broken now, because he broke his beliefs, and as a result of that, he feels like he almost destroyed the world, so... And I've heard a lot of people say that the resolution for Ant-Man was pretty good in the comics and in the cartoon, but maybe we can get some of that in the Ant-Man movie. And I love the trailer because it said that you were destined to wear the Ant-Man costume, and I'm like, so he was destined to wear a suit that turns him into Ant. Like, and then they play it straight too. Like, you have this big, deep announcer voice, and I'm just like,
yes, they do.
I was like, oh my god.
I know. I love that they're playing up the silliness of it because it's a silly concept.
It is a silly.
You wouldn't think this would be an epic superhero thing. That's the good thing about the Marvel movies. They acknowledge the silliness of this instead of